LSE, LSE. So let me explain this for you. EO, there's always going to be an even number of bad edges. So here it looks like there's only one bad edge, but there's the other one is on the D layer over here. This is bad. A good edge is where white or yellow is facing up or down. So this is a good edge because yellow is facing up. This is a good edge because yellow is facing up. This is a good edge because white is facing up. And this is a good edge because yellow is facing down. This is a bad edge because yellow is not facing up or down. And this is a bad edge because white is not facing up or down. So you need to correct that. So what you do is there's a lot of different cases, like maybe like 6, 7, 8, something around that. But actually, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, it does. So the algorithm that you're going to be using is 3 moves: M prime, U prime, M prime. And that just changes how many bad edges you have. So this and this, you're going to hold it at the back here, where this bad edge is. Actually, I'm going to go through all of the edge like combinations. So you have where there's 2 bad edges. So there's 2 bad edges here and here, but there's also one where there's 2 bad edges. Hold on, I need to get it to be. So this is the same case, just on the front. So there's 1 bad edge here, 1 bad edge here. So there's the case where there's 4 bad edges. There's multiple cases with 4 bad edges, I think. So here you have 2 at the top, like this, 2 on the bottom. And you do M2, it's actually the same. And then there's another case with 4 bad edges where it's actually the same, but just instead of being on the bottom, now they're on the top, and it looks like this. There's another case which is with four bad edges, which is the one we're looking for, which is this one, where you have 3 here and 1 at the bottom. So 3 on the top, 1 on the bottom. This is called arrow because this is an arrow pointing towards what you want, which is it to look like this. And then there's one with 6 bad edges, which is going to be very annoying to replicate. So give me a second. Okay, so this case where there is 6 bad edges, and there's 4 on the top and 2 on the bottom, obviously, because there's only 6 edges left on this step. So what you do is you use the M prime, U prime, M prime algorithm to finish the EO. So this you can hold at any orientation because it's going to do the same thing, because there's all the edges are like this. Okay, so you need to have white center at the top or yellow center at the top. Those are not those colors, but you get the point. And you need to have either white or yellow at the top, because that's very important. If you do LSE like this, it won't work. It will work, but it won't be good at the other step after this. And this is very important, and I forget to do it, and it's annoying. So white or yellow has to be at the top. I'm going to do it yellow at the top just for simplicity, because that's probably what you're used to seeing, yellow center at the top. So after this, you're going to do M prime, U prime, M prime, and that's going to change how many bad edges you have. So this is a case with 2, 1 here, 1 here. You're going to hold it at the back, the one where there's 1 case at the U layer, you're going to hold it at the back, and you're going to do that algorithm. And then it's going to give you this case, which is there's 2 at the top diagonally, and there's 2 at the bottom like this. And from here, you hold it like this, and which is the back right is kind of where they are. And then you're going to do it again, and that gives you arrow, which is what we're looking for. And then you point the arrow towards the bad edge here. So the bad edge is here. If, for example, the bad edge was over here, then we point it that way, but it's not. And then you do it again, and then that solves EO. So let me go through some of the other cases that weren't mentioned. There's a case, this is the same case as before. If you hold it from here and do that, it's the exact same. But if it's facing forwards now, if you do the algorithm from, this is the wrong place to do it from, it will just give you the same case again, but over there, which is not good. You're trying to hold it at the back and do the algorithm to give you this. So that clip was pointless. I'm going to edit that. If I haven't edited it out, I was too lazy and ignore what I just said. So I'm pretty sure that's all the cases now. Hold it at the back. No, it wasn't pointless. This is what I was trying to say. So if the bad edge before was here when we did the algorithm and it did that, but now the bad edge is here, and if we hold it at the back, it's going to give it this, which is, we don't want this again because this is bad. So instead of what we do, we rotate and we do it from here because we want the bad edge to be at the front. If you don't want to rotate, then you can hold it at the front with nothing. This is advanced. If you're just learning right, just like just now, and you just want to learn it and then done, ignore this right now. And you can hold it from here and do it like this, which will give you like from here instead. But if you're just a complete beginner, just rotate and do it from here instead. I hope that segment made sense. If it didn't make sense, I'm sorry. Watch a different video because EO is very annoying to explain. I don't think I have much recording time left at all. So we're gonna have to go through this. I just got a UL/UR skip, which is not what I want, so I'm gonna redo EO so I don't get that. Okay, I've redone it. UL/UR, which is just exactly what it sounds like. UL, that's not the left side up. UL and UR, these edges that are meant to go here and here. That what's supposed to be here, what's supposed to be here. And we're gonna look for those two pieces. Yellow green, yellow blue. Here's the yellow green, here's the yellow blue. Right, so what we're gonna do is we want them both on the D layer. So this one's already here. You'll find pretty often that either one of them will be here. Sometimes both of them will be in the D layer already after EO, but usually at least one will be here or at the back. And what you do is you hold the piece you're looking for at the front, and then you do M prime, U2, M, and that'll put it there. And now you have both of them in the D layer. And then now what you want to do to put them where they're supposed to be is take the opposites of these. So this is green, the opposite to green is blue. So you position it like this with the blue headlights and the green, and then you just M2. And now the blue yellows are the blue yellow, and the blue green and the yellow green is with the yellow green. So now you have a step that will look like this. It will look like this. Where only these four in the M slice will be not finished. If it doesn't look like this, you did something wrong. Maybe you did LSE, maybe you did EO with not yellow facing up or something like that, and you're gonna have to do it again. So now this is the last step, which is just putting the DF and the DB in the right place, which is called 4C. That's the name of the step because it's the third segment of the fourth step, with the fourth step being LSE. So you take the edge and you put it above where you want it to be. So I want it to be here, so I'm going to put it here. And then you're going to do M prime U2 M, and now that will be there. For example, if you have a case like this, and this is a case like this, for example, you don't want this to go here, because if you do that, it will be in the wrong place. So I want this to be here. I'm going to do M U2 M prime, and then this is above where I want it to be here, and I'll do M U2 M prime. M prime U2 M. Sometimes you'll get a case that looks like this, which is called dots, and nobody likes it, and it can die in a hole and burn for the rest of eternity. So the algorithm is m e2 m prime e2, which is e2 m e2 m prime e2 m e2 m prime, and that will fix dots.